Today, we are going to look at every single Blue Archive SP card in the main booster set. Now, I would have talked about the anime set, but that is not out yet. We're going to do all of them here, but before we do get started, here's some quick information. There are 142 cards and 142 parallel rares. There are 45 SP cards, 14 triple rares, and 83 SRs. So that means everything in this set has a holo version. The SP cards do not have a super rare version. As for the trial deck, there are 6 SP cards and 14 triple rares. We're going to start off with the main booster set first and then head over to the trial deck. Strap in, it's going to be a long one. Urawa Hanako Swimsuit Edition states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, look up to the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 amongst them, put them back on the top of your deck in any order, and put the rest into the waiting room. And then also on play from hand, you could pay 1, ditch 1, search a character. She is a drop searcher, and what is great is that you can mess around with your deck order, which is really, really strong. You know what you're going to trigger, and you know what you could brainstorm. And if you don't like what you see, just get rid of it. Start fresh. Shirasu Azusa says that if all of your characters are Kivoto's characters, this card gains 2k power, so she is going to be at 6k base. And Climax combo. When Et Omnia Vanitas is placed in your Climax area, if you have 2 or more other Kivoto's characters, choose one of the following abilities, and this card gains that ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. During your opponent's turn, this card cannot be reversed, or when this card attacks, choose 1 level 2 or higher Kivoto's characters in your waiting room and salvage it. The Climax is a 1k1 and a choice when triggered. This is pretty solid. It can either snag you a higher level character, or it could stay on board to maintain board presence. 7k on Climax, it's okay. I personally prefer plussing Climaxes. Misono Mika states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, top check up to X cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card among them, add it to your hand, send the rest of the waiting room, where X is equal to the amount of characters you control. And it does counter self, so if you have a full board, top check 5, add a character. And experience, 6 or more. On attack, if you meet experience, you could ditch 2 cards. If you do, this card gains 1k power until the end of your turn. And then Icy Tail 4 and burn 1 X times, where X is equal to the number of climaxes milled by this effect. So not only can you dig for certain pieces, which is always great because it's card, not character. You could dig and grab whatever you need. But also on attack, experience 2 or more, it gains 1k power in Icy Tail 4, and you deal 1 instance of damage X times. So if you hit 2 climaxes, you burn 1 twice. Individual instances of damage are super solid. Great card. Isn't this the expensive one? Confirmed, this is a very expensive one. Ajitani Hifumi Swimsuit Edition states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose up to 1 copy of this card in your hand and put it on stage, and this card gains 3k power. So if you have 3 in your hand, you could play this, call another copy of herself, and because she's played from hand, call another copy of herself. And then Climax combo, experience, 4 or more. When Summer Sky's Wishlist is played in your Climax area, if this card is in your center stage and you meet experience, search your deck for 2 characters, show them to your opponent, choose 1 card among them, add it to your hand, send the rest to your stock, shuffle your deck, and this card gains 1k power until the end of the turn. The Climax is a 1k1 and a choice when triggered. So you are going to plus 1 and you're going to gain a stock. So the idea is that you're going to be taking out your weenies or your non-triggers for those crits, as well as leaving your deck thinned out for your opponent's turn so you can cancel. It's pretty decent, but you do have to remember this really isn't like a finisher. You're going to have to try and reach for damage. Kirifuji Nagisa states that when your Climax with a choice is placed in your Climax area, give a character 1 soul until the end of the turn, and Brainstorm, pay 1, tap self. Brainstorm 4, and for each Climax hit, top check 3, add a card, ditch the rest. Pretty solid. You are going to be running this in 8 choice decks because it just makes the most sense. And yeah, it's a standard Brainstormer. Kozeki Yui states that Climax combo, when the Clumsy Sister and the Magician of the Old Library is placed on your Climax area, if you have another Kivoto's character, you may choose 1 Kivoto's characters in your waiting room, place it in your stock. That Climax states that on play, salvage a character with a soul trigger and choose 2 characters and they gain plus 1 soul. So it's a split soul salvage. And then act, rest this card, give a character 1k5 power until the end of the turn. So this is going to be living in your back row, unless you're really brave and you toss in your front row. So with the Climax, you salvage a character, and with her effect, you stock a character. You plus in 2 different ways. And the power boost is pretty solid. Yochimari Track Edition States that this ability activates once per turn. When you use an act, this card gains 3k power until the end of the turn. And when this card's battle opponent is reversed, choose one of your characters, rest it, move into an open position on your backstage. So it is a clean cut, and that act effect is live during either player's turn. So you could activate a brainstorm, give a character power, activate the previous card, the Yui. This card gains 3k power. And best, if you use a backup, those are technically acts. This card gains 3k power plus the effect of the backup. Pretty solid if you use a lot of acts. Shizuyama Mashiro Swimsuit Edition. This card gains 500 power for each of your other Kivoto's characters, so it does not count her. She is going to be 5k5 with a full board. And experience 6 or more. Wow, really 6? Isn't she like a level 1? Experience 6 or more. On play from hand, if you meet experience, ditch a card. Top check up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card among them, put it in your hand, ditch the rest. Now that is pretty solid, although 6 or more is a little steep, especially because this is a level 1 with no other added effects. This card is essentially going to be dead until you reach that experience, which is either at level 2 or at level 3. Ideally, you'll be at level 2. I guess it's okay, at least she's cute. Wakaba Hinata states, once per turn, when you use an act, this gains 1k5 power in the following ability. On attack, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a level 1 or higher card, add it to your stock. Otherwise, return to the original place. Climaxes are considered level 0s. Alright, that's pretty solid. Now, this only is live during your turn. Use an act, a brainstorm, use the power boost from the Yui, and you're good. A pretty solid way to generate stock if you have a lot of acts. And speaking of acts, here's Shimoe Koharu. She's a level 2, 2k5 backup where you pay 1. And she's an anti-early drop stock backup where you ditch 2 cards. Utazumi Sakurako states that once per turn when you use an act, this card gains 5k power for the turn. And climax combo, experience, 5 or more. When this card attacks, if you have Sisterhood in play and you meet experience, look at the top 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose up to 2 cards among them, put them on the top of their deck in any order. Then you put the rest of their cards into the waiting room. Look up to the 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 cards among them, put them on the top of your deck in any order, and put the rest into the waiting room. The climax is a 1k1 and a choice when triggered. Yeah, this is literally a mocha. This is unrestricted mocha. Well, you know, experience 5. And it's at a level 2. Use an act, it will go to 10k5. On climax will be 11k5 at a level 2. And you could keep her around by using backups during your opponent's turn. Honestly, kind of good. If you are going to be using a level 2 combo, I'd suggest this one. And that is it for all of the yellow SP cards. Tsukiyuki Miyako Swimsuit Flavor. Sorry. States that if all of your characters are Kivotos, this card gains 2k power, so she is going to be at 3k base. Then on play from hand, give a character the following ability. It's the clean cut ability. Now that is pretty solid. Give it to herself, give it to another character. Pretty good. And this is live throughout the game. Mizuha Mimori Swimsuit Edition states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1. If you do, top check 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card among them, put it into your clock, put the rest into the waiting room. If you put 1 card in your clock, salvage a character. So she is a salvaging Ricky, kind of. What is good is that you don't need the hand, and there is no random chance of you clocking a climax, because believe me, it has happened before. And during this card's battle, when the damage you receive is canceled, you can send this card to your stock. Pretty solid card. Really, really good. I would suggest this for your level 0 game. Kuda Izuna. I do have this card in one of my decks. Link at the top if you want to check it out. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other characters, this card gains 2k power, so she is going to be at 6k5 during your turn and 7k5 base. Climax combo, experience, 2 or more. Because on attack, if you have Cherry Blossom Festival Commotion in play and you meet experience, you can ditch a card. Top check 5, add 2 characters, send the rest to the waiting room. The climax is a 1k1 and a gold bar when triggered. Now you are still plussing 1 because you are ditching, but top check 5 is pretty good, increases your deck speed. Get rid of what you don't need, add what you do need. Alternatively, you could add this, Kosaka Wakamo. On play from hand, you heal and climax combo. When Fox of Calamity is placed in your climax area, choose one of the following abilities, and this card gains that ability until the end of your turn. We'll start with the second one first. On attack, pay 1, ditch 1, burn 2. Or at the beginning of your attack phase, if this card is in your center stage, send all players' characters except this card to the waiting room. Burn 1, burn 2. Climax is a 1k1 and a gold bar when triggered. Now, the on attack, pay 1, ditch 1, burn 2, that's the effect you're going to be using the most. Trust me, I play this deck. Again, link earlier if you haven't seen that video yet. The other effect is straight bait. You only use that effect in extreme dire situations. The only time that I did it was when I was playing against Nino in BCS Pasadena. It is nice. You dark hole everything, then burn 1, burn 2. And because everything is gone, you're going to be swinging for 4 minimum because it's going to be a direct attack. Yes, you technically have game on board with 1 card and the climax. Will your opponent be taking 7 straight damage? I don't know. Maybe. Try it out. Let me know. Warakuchise Swimsuit states, on play from hand, you may choose 1 card from your clock, salvage it, add a card from your hand, put it in your clock. So she's a clock salvager. And on attack, give another character 500 power equal to the amount of characters you control. Power boost is great, and this card adds your clock as a resource. Ogata Kana states, on play from hand, choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gains the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be moved to another position, so it freezes one of your opponent's characters in place. And act. Put 1 card from your hand to the waiting room, send this to the waiting room. Salvage a character. Kuwakami Kaho states, experience 2 or more. This card gains 2k power. And she's a climax swapper. Really late stage climax swapper, but it's fine. I don't mind it. She's really cute. Sunohara Kokona states that experience during your turn. If you have experience 2 or more, this card gains 2k power and the following ability until the end of the turn. And the following ability. When this card attacks, if it battles a level 2 or higher character, this card gains 6k power. So she's a level 2 killer. That's fine, I guess. Is she a badger? I think she's a badger. I don't know what she is. Sorai Saki Swimsuit Edition states, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you could ditch a card. If you do, return the top card of your clock to your hand. And when this card direct attacks, you could pay 1, ditch 2 characters, burn 2. You don't heal to stock, you heal to hand. Remember that. Sunohara Shun states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, perform the following action 2 times. Level down your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. And then she does have a change ability at the beginning of your climax phase. Bounce this card back to your hand, play the small version from your hand. And then you activate that card's ability. Now, I did talk about this card in the previously mentioned deck profile video. I do have a whole combo there. Go check it out if you haven't yet. Jomai Saori states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, draw 2, ditch 1. And then climax combo, experience 4 or more. On attack, if you have Aryu's squad in play and you meet the experience, you can pay 3, ditch 2. If you do, this card gains 1k power until the end of the turn and perform the following ability for every 2 Aryu's squad characters that you have. Burn 2. And that card states that on play from hand, choose 1 level 1 and lower character from your waiting room, send it to your stock, and then all of your characters gain a soul. Hey, that's actually pretty good. I do like that. So you can only burn 2 twice if you have a full board. It is a little expensive, but I don't know. I kind of like it. I'm going to have to try this out. And that is all of the SP cards for green. Let's head over to the reds. We are halfway done. Renkawa Cherino, I think I rolled my R's a little too hard there, states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, top check your deck, either keep it there or toss it into the waiting room. And then when this card is put into the waiting room from the stage, you can ditch a card. Top check 4, choose a level 1 or higher card among them, reveal it to your opponent, add to your hand, send the rest to the waiting room. Hey, pretty solid. You can mess around with your deck a little bit, and when she's sent to the waiting room, you activate her effect. So she's not going to just stay on board and just hang out. When she leaves, she works a little. Here's Riku Hachima Aru. She states that if you have 2 or more other Kivoto's characters, this card gains 2k power. And when this card is placed on the stage by the effect of Problem Solver 68, you can pay 1, ditch 1, stand this card. And this ability can also be used when this card is placed on stage by the Problem Solver 68 trigger effect. So if you call her out at your level 2, you play her on stage, you can pay 1, ditch 1, stand her, and have 4 attacks during your turn. Pretty damn solid, as expected of our fearless leader. Here's Horasaki Hina, the swimsuit version. She is a 2 or less climax early play and experience 4 or more. This card gains 1k5 power and the following ability. When your battle opponents becomes reversed, you can pay 1, ditch 1, burn 1, and then on play, heal. Pretty solid. Onikata Kayoko, the New Year version, states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you could ditch a card. Top check your deck and you salvage a character equal to the level of the card revealed. Shiromi Iori Swimsuit Edition. Can I show this card? I'm assuming yes. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that is of Kivoto's characters, you give a character 2k power until the end of the turn. Then when this card becomes reversed in battle, reveal the top card of your deck. If that is a level 2 or higher card, bounce this card back to your hand. This card is great if you're running a standby deck, because you do run a lot of high level cards in a standby deck. If you hit a level 2 or higher, she bounces back, so you can play her next turn. And you know what you're going to be triggering, so you could plan your attacks. Here's Yasumori Minori. There we go, got her name. She states that on play from hand, you may perform the following action. Search your deck for a character, send it to the waiting room, shuffle your deck. That is right, we get a Foolish Burial in Weiss Schwarz. Great for the standby decks. Force those cards into your waiting room if you don't have it there yet. Asagaki Mutsuki, the New Year version, states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, give another character 1 key power until the end of the turn. And when a climax is placed in your climax area, you could bounce this card back into your hand, top check 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them back into any order, give a character 1 key power until the end of the turn. So you play here, give 1 key power out, play a standby, bounce her back to your hand, give out 1 key power as well. And you know what you're going to be triggering for those optimal attacks. Mandatory and standby decks. Aikyo Fuka, New Year version, states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you could ditch a card, top check your deck, salvage a character. Hey, didn't I just read this card? No, this is literally the same effect as the Kayoko. And experience. When this card attacks, if you meet experience 2 or more, choose one of your characters. They gain 1 key power until the end of the turn. Kurodate Haruna, here she is offering you a Taiyaki, states that on attack, if you have another character, this card gains 1 key 5 power until the end of the turn. And climax combo. Experience 2 or more. On attack, if you have Haruna, just let me go already. I should be a voice actor. I gave myself chills. If you meet experience 2 or more, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the waiting room, choose up to 1 level X or lower Kavoda's characters from your waiting room, return it to your hand, and this card gains 1 key power until the end of the turn, where X is equal to the total level of the cards milled by this effect. The climax is a 1 key 1 and a door when triggered. It is cigarettes. It's a good card. Pretty solid. Natsume Iroha is a level assist, 500 forward, and at the beginning of your encore step, you could ditch 2, burn 1. Honestly, kind of nuts. Kind of nuts that they just have this on a level 1. Now, if Weiss Schwarz was a game that you refilled your hand until a certain number near the end of the end phase, fantastic, but also broken. But it's not, so you're weary about playing this card. Amau Ako states, all of your level 3 and higher cards in front of this gain 2k power, and rest this card, choose one of your characters, they gain 1k 5 until the end of the turn. Yeah, pretty good, pretty solid. It's okay. Here's my Anxious Queen, Igusa Haruka, New Year Edition. Oh gosh, she's so cute. All of your characters in front of this card gain 1k 5 power, and act. Climax combo. Yes, it is an act with a climax combo. Rest this card. Search your deck for a climax, reveal it to your opponent, choose one Problem Solver 68 in your waiting room, exchange them, shuffle your deck, choose one character, they gain 1k power until the end of the turn. Now, Problem Solver 68 is a standby, but if you have that in your waiting room, you could just grab it if you have a climax in your deck. Most likely, you will. And then you also give out 1k power. Pretty solid. Use it as a 2-of, for sure. That is all of the reds. And finally, let's go to the blues. Our wheelchair queen, Akeboshi Himari, is a pay 1 tap self, salvaging brainstorm, and experience. Rest. If you have experience 3 or more, give a character 2k power for the turn. Asuma Toki states, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that is an event or a character, marker it. And if there is a marker underneath this card gains 2k power in the following ability. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this card to an open position on your center stage. So she is an interceptor, and she gets the marker when she's played. Here's one that's expensive. Hayase Yuka Track Edition is a 4 or more character early play. During your turn, she gains 2k power, so she is going to be at 10k 5. And experience 6 or more. On play from hand, if you meet experience, you could ditch a card. Put the top card of your clock to your waiting room. Salvage a character. Pretty solid. 4 or more character early play is easy to do. The experience can be a bit tough, but if you toss 2 level 3s, you'll be fine. And you're instantly replacing the card that you ditch because you're salvaging a character. So hopefully you fix your hand a bit. Takanashi Hoshino swimsuit version states experience. If you meet experience 6 or more, all of your characters gain 1k power, and on play from hand, you heal. And climax combo. On attack, if you have Abido's Resort, Restoration, Task Force in play, this card gains 2k power, and choose one of the following effects. Burn 1, or ditch 2, burn 3. The climax is a 1k 1 and a gate when triggered. Hey, that's pretty good. It does reach for damage, and what's great is that you choose what to do. Are you going to peck your opponent and then hopefully swing? Or you're just going to go for lethal and burn 3, swing for at least 3. Solid card. And the global 1k, also really good. Ushio Noah states, at the beginning of your encore step, you can ditch a card, pop your climax, Kivoto's Halo Festival. If you do, top check 3 cards from your top of your deck, choose up to 3 characters, and add them to your hand. Then act, pay 1, rest. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that is a character, put it in your hand. The climax is a 1k 1 and a book when triggered. Hey, that's pretty good. Pretty solid for a level 0 combo. Here are the twins Saiba Momoi and Saiba Midori. Each one states that if you have the other character, they gain 2k power. And Momoi states, on play from hand, you could ditch a card, search the Midori. And Midori states that on play from hand, ditch a card, search the Momoi. And then play that card onto the stage. It is definitely an engine. Tsunaokami Shiroko is a level assist, 500 forward, and when you trigger a climax, you could ditch a climax, salvage a character. This card's great. Use it in your bar decks, use it in your arch decks, use it in anything that nets you a climax into your hand. But it works really great in bar. Here's Ichinose Asuna Bunny Edition. Oh my god, I'm blushing just looking at it. 3k backup with a pay 1, and then she is a memory counter. Mikamo Neru, oh my god, I'm blushing just looking at it. States experience 3 or more. This card gains 5k power. And climax combo, experience 5 or more. At the start of your Encore step, if cleaning and clearing is in play, if this card is in your center stage and you meet experience, put 1 card from the top of your deck to your stock. Choose 1 character in your waiting room, salvage it. The climax is a 1k1 and an arch when triggered. If you have multiple of these, you could do it 3 times. Now here's a meme card. Tendo Aris. On play from hand, top check 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card among them, add it to your hand. So you could dig, get whatever you need. On attack, if you have Romance of Friendship, Courage, and Light in play, you can pay 5, ditch 3. This card gains 4k power until the end of the turn and perform the following action twice. Put the bottom 8 cards from your opponent's deck into the waiting room. Burn equal to the amount of climaxes revealed among them. So mill 8, burn equal to however many climaxes revealed. Mill 8, burn equal to the amount of climaxes you revealed. You do that twice. Pretty good. That stock is pretty heavy. You're essentially just doing it once. The climax is a 1k1 and a book when triggered. Now what I am hoping is that in the anime set, they give us a combo that doubles up with this climax. And believe it or not, that is it. That is all of the SP cards in the booster set. Huh? What? We gotta do the trial deck cards now? Okay, fine. Here are the trial deck cards. Okusora Ayane states, if your other Kivota's characters in the middle position and of the center stage gain character discard Encore, and pay 1 tap self Brainstorm, mill 5, draw. Kuromi Serika states that if you have 5 or more cards, this card gains 2k power, so she's going to be at 3k5. And on play, pay 1, ditch 1, search 1. Tsunaokami Shiroko states that during your turn, this card gains 3k power, so she's going to be at 6k5 during your turn. And experience 2 or more. On attack, if you have Welcome to the Foreclosure Task Force and you meet experience, salvage a character. The climax is a 1k1 and a gate when triggered. Izayoi Nonomi states that experience 3 or more. This card gains 5k power. And then when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, top check 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them on the top in any order. Takanashi Hoshino states, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you could rest one of your characters. Your opponent chooses 1 climax in their waiting room, return all cards from their waiting room, except that card to the deck, shuffle their deck. It is a Fumio where you rest one of your characters. I do like this effect. And then on attack, you can pay 1, ditch 1. All of your characters gain 500 power and a soul. So this is definitely a good secondary level 3. Arona is a counter event. Choose one of your opponent's characters and that character loses 3 soul until the end of the turn. And there we have it, all of the SP cards in Blue Archive. Let me know what you think in the forums below. Did you pull any of these cards? I opened up 4 boxes, got nothing. And let me know in the forums as well what your favorite Blue Archive SP card is. Take care, everyone. Love you all. See you in the next one. Peace.